Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and we are back at Sema for day 2 activity. Now today was a little bit of a unique day. I got there bright and early, but unfortunately, I could not enter. So apparently when you have a media pass, you can't get in until 8:30. So we wait. Sema, day 2 starts in 22 minutes. I swear this pass has been the death of me. Everyone I was with had entered almost a half an hour before, but I finally caught up to them. Here we go. Already hitting the ground running. Excuse me, miss.
Hi.
Can I get a hug?
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We're not YouTubers if we don't greet each other first time on camera, right? In case you missed the live, Christy, Gary, and myself have a new endeavor that we are venturing on. If you missed that video, make sure you check it out. But once that was done, I wanted to check out some of the booths. And up first, literally right next door to Thor, was Feynlab.
So if I was someone who had never heard of Feynlab, what would be a great way to just like go over some of the products? What's the market that you guys are wanting to sell to?
Okay.
What are some of the key features that you guys are looking to include with your products when you develop them?
Got it. All right. So at Feynlab, what we are is we're a manufacturer out of Chicago, Illinois that really wants to focus on making the best possible products for both DIY and professional. We do that in a variety of different ways, and we've got a variety of different products. So everything from wash soaps, we got our compounds over there. We have cleaners over here as well. So the newest in the lineup is that A500 and that A1000. We just released those here at Sema. As with all of our products, no fillers, no sealants, nothing in there that is going to prevent the product from giving true results.
Okay.
Other than that, though, we have our washes, which pure rinseless, pure wash, both extremely popular on the DIY side.
I've heard much about them.
So the reason for that, honestly, is if you look at the dilution ratio, it says 1 ounce or 30 mils to a bucket with 3 gallons. So essentially what that is that's 1 to 400 in concentration. So you need an ounce of this in a 3-gallon bucket, and you've got your wash soap. Same thing in a foam cannon type of thing.
I like your metered bottles too.
Yes.
I wish everyone would do that.
Honest to God, that is one of the
I don't want to have to
features.
measure a cap. I don't want to have to get my own measuring system.
Just to be able to squeeze the bottle and fill up what you need. One of the coolest features
No waste
in our
whatsoever.
packaging. Yep.
And you can reuse them.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. I love that. Rinseless, highly versatile product that you can dilute into a lot of different things. So that's what makes that product so popular.
What are some of the keynotes of your rinseless? Are you high on lubrication,
Yes.
surfactants?
All the above. So emulsifiers, lubricants, and surfactants. Those are what make up a good rinseless wash, because if you are using it as a true rinseless product, you want the lubricant so that you don't scratch. You want the surfactants to pull everything up. And the emulsifiers, what they should do is they should cover up that dirt and essentially allow it to glide along the surface so that you're not grinding and scratching with it.
Is it scented?
It has a light scent. So
Okay.
I'll have you smell it here and tell me what
I'm
you
very
think.
scent driven.
Okay, you are scent driven. All right. Give that a smell.
You're right. It is like light and fresh.
Yes. Light,
A little
fresh,
bit like
fruity.
a
Yep.
little fresh linen, a little like cherry on
And
it.
I don't remember exactly what scent we put in there. That's the only reason why I wasn't able to tell you. But it's not anything that's going to bother you or be annoying, even to somebody who is highly sensitive to a scent or a smell.
I would enjoy that in a closed garage.
Beautiful. So some of these other products are fantastic. We do have an interior cleaner, a glass cleaner. Those are things that, in general, for a DIY person, really easy to pick up, really easy to use. The interior cleaner's got a lot of surfactants in it, so you can even get some light carpet staining out of carpets just by spraying it on and basically either patting with a towel or rubbing with a towel. That is an impressive product in my opinion. Really underlooked and undervalued. This, though, black velvet tire sealant. On the consumer side of things, this has been a major hit for our customers because it's kind of a balance between a tire coating and not doing a tire dressing. Because the thing about tire dressings, A, they can sling. B, they don't last long, and C, the silicones in that dressing brown your tires more and more over time, making your washing more and more annoying, making you need to use more and more tire shine. This is a rubber sealant that actually is going to last about 1 to 4 or 5 months, depending on your driving habits. You can layer it. One layer is going to look like a brand new tire. I call it a matte finish. 2 layers is going to be more of a satin finish. 3+ layers is going to be glossy and just get glossier as you add more and more layers. Something that, like, when I was in shops and selling to customers, I would put this on their tires, and then by the time they'd come in for their next wash 2 months later, they'd be like, what did you put on my tires? Because it's still on there. And then they would have me do it from then on. So even customers, you're going to really enjoy this if you try that.
So let me ask you a question. Tire coatings.
Yes.
I've never been a fan of them.
Me neither. They crack.
They crack, and customers don't know how to remove it.
I know.
You have to use like lacquer thinner, gasoline, which isn't good for the tire long term.
Exactly.
So how do I remove this?
So the cool part about this is it's going to wear and remove on its own over time, and it's not going to do the flaking, peeling, cracking thing that tire coatings do. We had a tire coating. We backed off of the tire coating, took it off the market, redeveloped it as this product, this style product that was more temporary and not going to have that exact problem. So here at Feynlab,
I could get behind a product like that.
Me too.
Except the coating, because I actually, long story.
Yeah.
I will keep it short.
No, you're fine.
Customer tell me, I want you to put a tire coating. He had heard about it, didn't know what it was.
Yep.
I put it on. 4 months later, he calls me and says, you owe me $800. I had to buy new tires for my car. You destroyed them. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? All I needed to do was remove it with lacquer thinner or stoner carbonate or whatever.
Yep.
We would have been fine. And it was ignorance on his part, but he didn't know. So I don't offer tire coatings anymore because of that issue. For the enthusiast that is involved, that can handle removing it, that's great. But for a professional detail shop, the customer that does not know how to remove it. So you're telling me this is the better option for someone who wants long-term protection, easier maintenance, but they're not going to deal with that nasty cracking.
And the tires to look good. So, like, okay, why do all of us shine the tires after we're done with the wash? It's like the icing on the cake.
It's the cherry on top.
Thank you. My whole problem with silicone dressings, whether they're silicone or water-based in the industry, was that browning effect and then the temporariness. And also, certain ones you can customize shine, certain ones you can't customize shine. As a detailer, as a professional, we all know that customers have different tastes and how they want their tires to look. I wanted something more long-term, but gives protection, but doesn't have that cracking effect and whatnot. And that's why Feynlab developed this, and that's where it's at. And I, again, promise you, order a bottle of it. Try it. You will not have the same issues you have out of tire coatings. I have used this for 3 years on personal tires and customer cars tires. All of my customers love it because it doesn't have the problem that every tire coating I've ever tried, including Feynlab's. When we had that, we took it off the market for the reason that you list.
I can appreciate that. There's a lot of companies that aren't willing to admit the market didn't understand how to use it.
I don't think it's even possible to do technologically right now. I think the flexion that rubber goes through, heating, cooling off, bumping, I don't think a surface technology that puts a layer that thick is able to exist and last without doing the cracking and the peeling and the issues.
Does this bond with the tire?
Yes, it does. And that's what makes it weird. I know that it's hard for somebody to understand. Okay, it bonds to the tire, but yet it doesn't crack and peel off. But I've seen it for myself.
Basically, I need to try it, is what you're telling me?
Please do.
Can I ask how much does a bottle cost?
It's either $15 or $17 a bottle.
Wow, I was thinking you were going to say 50 or 70.
Oh, no.
All right, and so how many tires can you get with one bottle?
So it depends on how many layers you're doing.
Okay.
And it depends on, is it a big truck tire or is it coupe tires? But let's say an average car size, and I'm doing my preference, which is 2 layers or 3 layers, depending on what the customer wants, satin or gloss finish. I would usually get 4 to 5 vehicles out of a bottle.
Okay.
So you're going to get
value.
Yes, it is. So
and if I'm adding, let's say I do an add-on for the customer, $25.
That's exactly what I charge. I charge anywhere from $5 to $10 a tire, depending on the size of the tire.
You paid for the bottle with one customer,
and then all the rest
else is profit. And if you're maintaining customers' vehicles, you've made your life easier. because you don't have to use degreasers and scrub as aggressively for the next couple rounds.
You are exactly correct.
How frequently would you say to reapply?
So it depends on customers' driving habits. That's why I admitted it's a 1 to 4 to 5 month product. I've had customers that essentially their car is the weekend show car. They bring it out on the weekend when it's nice, they show it at shows, and it goes right back in the garage, and maybe they drive it once or twice during the week just for a quick sec. They want to enjoy it. I've seen those customers have it last 4 to 6 months. That's a light duty garage princess. Yes, yes. So don't expect that if you're daily driving your car. If you're daily driving your car, you've got rough weather, it's going to be like a 1 to 2 month product. But when tire shine would be gone in a week in that situation, I'm okay with a 1 to 2 month product, because by the next time they come in for their detail with me, they might just be getting like the end of the lifespan of that product and want it redone. And their shock value of if they've never seen something like this, they're a first-time detail customer, and I did that as a kind of thank you, and they didn't know. They come back to me 2 months later, and they're like,
"What'd you put on my tires?"
Yep. Never seen tire shine last that long. Yep.
Nice. Well, I will be buying that.
I love it. Please try it.
Because I've been sold from never doing a tire coating ever again, and you just intrigued me.
And that's why we call it a tire sealant, because we don't want the miss. And
I get that.
Yes.
I get that, because you're underselling it.
Yes.
But you're also giving caution where caution needs to be.
Yes.
So I think there is a shift that needs to happen in the culture with tire coatings, and I would love to see it more go that direction.
Me too.
That feels very innovative to me.
And
well done, Feynlab.
We like to listen to what customers say, and also if something's wrong, if we're wrong about something, pivot, try to do it better, no matter what that direction is. So this is a product that, while it hasn't had the major traction that we're going to get to this product right here, Hybrid Ceramic Detailers had online, but Black Velvet Tire Sealant is a product that I really would love to see take off, because it's where the technology needs to be in the industry right now, in my opinion, because I've never seen a tire coating that works.
So now you just segued really well to if I'm so impressed with this, and you're saying that this is doing really well, what makes this unique?
Okay, so
you're really excited.
This was my baby. So for 2.5 years, I wanted us to have a detail spray, a protective detail spray that was great. This comes from years of me being an installer and using Feynlab's products. And look, I'm going to say something on social media that many companies would not have an employee say. Our detailer version 3 sucked. It was so bad that I would have thrown it in the trash can and lit the trash can on fire. Just didn't like it. It streaked too much. It was probably the most protective detail spray that you could ever buy on the market. But if it's unusable, that's not a detail spray. A detail spray to me has to, in any conditions, I need to be outdoors in the middle of Houston, Texas in the summer on a black vehicle in sunlight at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That detailer needs to wipe streak free. That's a detail spray. But I want it to also have protection, because that's what Feynlab has always been about, making products with protection in it, trying to be at the cutting edge of the innovation side. So, Hybrid Ceramic Detailer, when I first got hired on with Feynlab, we were working on a detailer version 4. We ended up for 2.5 years working to get to this formula that you have in your hands right now. And I know I'm a sales rep. I know you're talking to somebody that, like, why should I believe anything that you're saying? You're just trying to sell your product. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, you don't understand. Go look at the reviews. Go look at, like, there's a Dimitri's Garage guy.
Yep.
You know Dimitri's Garage. Okay. He did a scientific video testing this product. It's not just me. You can actually see how well do these products do in the industry compared to other people in a very scientific method that isn't trying to just sell you something. 2 to 3 months of protection when you spray it on and wipe it off. Streak-free wipe in any conditions, even outdoors in direct sunlight in the conditions that I listed, because I live in Houston, Texas. That's the conditions that I tested this in.
That's impressive.
I can use it on glass. I can use it on mirrors. I can use it on paint, vinyl, PPF. It works great on all of those surfaces. It's got the 2 to 3 months of protection if you wipe it on. You can also use it as a drying aid. So if you want to spray it on your towel, if you want to mist it onto the surface when it's wet, or If you want to run it through a foam cannon and basically foam the vehicle down, think about hydrofoam from CarPro. You can do that with this product. Get the same exact results. You're going to have less protection when you're diluting it out like that, about a month, 30 days. But to get that out of just a detail spray, that this bottle's $12.95. This bottle, I believe, is right at $19.
It's very affordable. Your branding comes across as if you're expensive.
Because we want that premium look and feel, but doesn't mean, so the reason that Feynlab is able to not be as expensive as many other people, we're a manufacturer. There's no middleman. We have control of the entire pipeline. We design the products, we produce them, bottle them, label them, ship them, sell them, the whole 9 yards. We market them. When everything is self-contained within one system and you don't have middlemen eating up cost, we're still able, even in America, to manufacture here and be profitable at a reasonable cost to the customer. I won't say that like all of our products are the cheapest. A50 we just lowered A50's price, but A50 used to be $64.95 for that 1 liter or 1 kg bottle. That was at the top of the market, but it was at the top of the market because of the technology in it. With all of these products, we're usually very reasonably priced. We lowered that one because we were at the top of the market. All of this stuff, though, you're not gonna balk at it. So, kind of moving on into the rest of Feynlab, because I know that was one of the things you asked. We have extra surfaces like wheels and caliper coating. We have window coating. We have plastic coating. We also then, on the consumer side, have the original ceramic, which is a 1+ year product. Paul Dalton, which is a 2 to 3 year durability product. The original ceramic is something that I would tell you, I don't care what level of experience you're at, I could teach my 6-year-old daughter how to apply that coating. You can literally coat the whole car, go back to the first panel and wipe up. I'm not kidding. You can coat outside in direct sunlight in the middle of Houston summer, do a whole panel, maybe even 2, and wipe off. I'm not bluffing. I've done it with one of my buddies.
Is it rainbowing?
It does. It is going to have a rainbow-like flash. But this is something that, like, as an example, if you're in climate control, I know what I'm saying sounds crazy because there aren't very many coatings that can have that kind of long flash durability. One time I was in the shop, I had put this on way too thick. This was like a Thursday night, and customer was picking up Friday, and I realized that that coating was not going to be set up and cured for a long time. This is like midnight. I went home and slept for 4 hours. Came back in at 5 o'clock in the morning, wiped the coating off. No high spots, no issues.
Guys, my face right now is a little like big eye emoji.
Skeptical, I understand.
Not skeptical. I've heard of some coatings that can do this.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the years of experience that I've had with Feynlab and with multiple other companies, it's not that I've only installed Feynlab. There were shops that I ran that I didn't work with Feynlab at all, and I've been around the block in terms of trying a lot of products. I just don't BS customers when it comes to products because there's no need to. That is one that you seriously can. You can let it sit. I don't tell people to leave it for hours. Just tell you, coat the whole car. You'll coat the whole car in 30 minutes. Don't sweat. You've got that amount of time. Don't even think about touching it until 10 minutes have passed by.
What is the cure time?
So cure time in terms of when it's ready for water and chemicals and stuff like that, 24 hours no water contact, 7 days no chemical contact. And that's basically standard across all of
If it's dry, release it how soon?
So, I'm sorry?
If it's dry, can you release it, let's say, a few hours after?
You can, yes. If you don't have bad conditions on the horizon, I'll let a customer take it a few hours later. I always tell folks this, look, you don't have to IR bake any coatings, but every coating from every manufacturer ever benefits from IR baking. If you really need to ever release a car to customers, try to IR bake them. If you cannot IR bake them, put things, if the company tells you it's okay, put things like topper products on to protect the ceramic in case of, like, you get a bird dropping. Hopefully the detailer or the sealant takes the brunt of it rather than the ceramic coating. Likelihood of that's small, but at least it's there and it's additional protection. But yes.
What's the durability on that?
So durability, I usually see 18 months out of the original.
Okay.
Paul Dalton is something that we just released. It's been tested for a while. It should have 2 to 3 years of durability. Original ceramic comes with a 1-year warranty when installed by a professional installer. When it's installed DIY, no warranty, but seriously, you're not going to have any issues out of that product. That one's awesome.
Well, I have only had experience with Odin,
Okay.
which was a stronger smell.
Yep. Oh, all of our coatings have that strong solvent smell.
Yeah. So definitely needed ventilation for it.
Yes.
But it was thicker, if I recall correctly. I've worked with a lot of coatings.
Yes.
It was thicker, but it felt more like industrial grade.
Yeah.
Was that the intent behind it?
So
I'm not saying that. I think sometimes we equate industrial with hard.
Yeah.
Because it was somewhat easy. It was thicker at the first level, and then after that first towel,
Yeah.
it was very easy.
So in terms of the wipe up, like it had some stickiness initially, but
Yes.
broke through very quickly.
Yes.
Okay. So Odin is a very timing specific coating, and you caught it right at the perfect end point. So like you weren't too late, but you were right there butting up against when you probably should have been wiping off.
That tracks with me.
Okay. Odin.
Eddie's always saying that I don't watch all the videos on things. I sometimes experience it, and I just take it by the instructions on the bottle.
It's okay.
And sometimes I show what not to do.
Well,
but we got her done.
As long
I
as
still enjoyed it.
I was gonna say, as long as you didn't hate the install by the end of it, then that's fine. So
No.
you were right there at the very end of when you wanted to wipe off, and if you had caught it maybe 30 to 45 seconds earlier, you would have had very little tack, if any, at all.
Okay.
You're correct, though. What is happening with our coatings, all of them, and it just depends on how much cross-linking we're putting into the coatings. So with the chemistries that we rely on, we build off of SIN and SIC polymer chains primarily. So rather than using silicon dioxide, silicon nitride, silica carbide, we still can use various different elements like silicon dioxide in the coatings. You can use fluoropolymers. But the reason we like silica carbide and silicon nitride, they're more chemically resistant inertly. So we can get a higher pH range resistance out of all of our coatings. We can also attach more things to the coatings. When you can add additives that help to cross-link that coating together, that is when you can get a really durable, really industrial, thick-like coating. That's the description that you were giving. But not have a miserable experience wiping up, because you may have an additive that's like a buffing oil, and that buffing oil makes things extremely easy to wipe off. It's actually what gives the original ceramic such a long dwell time and an easy buff off.
I think if I recall correctly, when I used Odin, it almost wanted to self-level after the first towel.
Yes.
Like sometimes there's transfer solution, sometimes there's
Yes.
like streaks and things. I noticed, I think I did a white vehicle on it.
Yeah.
But when I did that first level, I came in for the second and I was like, I don't feel like I can see anything. I don't see anything. It almost self-leveled after that first touch.
This is going to sound crazy, and I don't know how the chemist does this, but he's preached this from the very beginning. Feynlab coatings are meant to be leveled, not wiped off, because they will. They have a self-leveling-ish element to it that, like, if you do a really good job wiping, and cardinal sin of detailing, I always have to teach my installers, I want you to wipe in circles, because you're not trying to wipe the coating off. You're trying to level the coating out and let it be and leave as much resin behind as possible. That is very, very different from many other coating systems on the market. But you're not wrong in what you were perceiving.
I think the title for my video review that I did was, I've never seen a coating do this before.
That's awesome.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was very unique. That's why I was intrigued to find out more about you guys.
Yes.
So beyond these ceramic coatings,
yes,
is this more your pro line?
Exactly. So you'll notice that, on all the bottles you have the True Series, and then when you move into the professional stuff, you have the Pro Series, and it says Pro Series on any of the bottles.
Now, do you have to be certified to gain access to that?
Yes.
And what is your certification process like?
So typically, it's going to very much depend on the person. So when I say that, we want to give people that are new the chance to be able to get in. Like, if you contact me and you got 6 months of experience, I'm not going to just deny your application. We're going to look at your business. We're going to talk to you. We're going to interview you. If you need training in order to become an installer because you may have limited experience, we'll arrange training with you. If you call me up and you submit an application and you've got 10 years of experience and you've worked with 7 different coating brands, and all of your reviews are 5-star and like the business looks great from the outside looking in, then it's a lot more cut and dry. We're going to review the application. We're going to call you. We're going to kind of have an interview. And from there, you're probably not going to need training. These coatings are not rocket science. And in fact, if you just give me a phone call and allow me the chance to explain it before you go into your first install, you're going to be just fine. So certification process with Feynlab is a bit different for everybody. when it comes to the standard coatings. Okay, and I mentioned that because I want to transition kind of slightly quickly to this. The reason I say it's different for everybody, this is the one coating in our system that requires training. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is Self-Heal Plus. This is something that in 2018, when the rep that was over me, when I was a shop manager, was trying to sell me on training, I was like, self-healing coating. Come on. Like, come on. That's smoke and mirrors. That's BS. Wasn't until he brought a panel by and let me actually scratch it that I fully believed him. And it wasn't until I saw the videos on YouTube, which is what like your folks can go and look up, Feynlab's Self-Heal Plus scratch test. And you'll be amazed, because don't just look at the videos from Feynlab. Those can be faked. Go look at the videos from installers that have been doing this and see the years of videos that are on YouTube about this technology. It is the thickest hand-applied coating in the world. You're putting 280 milliliters of coating material down on each vehicle. That results, I'm not saying it's the thickest coating possible, it's the thickest system that I've seen on the market. Gives you a good amount of self-healing. It's not as much self-healing as PPF, but when you talk about what's the certification process, okay, for this stuff, pretty easy. We're going to make it pretty easy for you to kind of get started and work with us. For this, you need training, and I'm not bluffing in any way when I say this is the most technical coating you'll ever install, but it is not difficult in any way.
Do you have to be in a sterile shop environment for it?
You need climate control. So I won't say sterile as in like you don't need a paint booth. Okay, it's not so thick that you're going to trap dust in it, but you do need to have climate control. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
It doesn't like humidity, I'm going to assume.
I would not wish my worst enemy to install this coating outside of climate control.
I'm going to assume you have to wet sand to even budge this, or is it self-leveling?
So, okay, if something went really, really wrong, the cool part about this system is, like, okay, let's say you really missed a high spot. Like, really, really missed a high spot. The cool part is, as this coating system cures, all that cloudiness from the high spot is actually going to be pushed to the top of the surface. And so you're going to be able to just take off the top. And the way that I've been able to prove this to guys over time, because, all right, 280 milliliters of coating material. You're not taking that off without some serious effort. You're probably right. You would truly need to wet sand to get this out. But the thing is,
are you guys all together?
With Heal Plus, it's penetrating deeper into the clear coat than most coatings will ever do, because you can see it swell out defects that you either corrected before or you had never seen before. And that swelling is just the chemical reaction of the coating adhering to the clear coat. But that right there, that system, you're not going to run into anything that you cannot fix, but it is a serious, serious big dog.
So I have a few questions.
Yes, please, throw them at me.
Durability?
7+ years, it's a 7-year warranty, 7+ years of durability. I have a customer who has the 5-year version of this on his Challenger in Houston, Texas. I coated it back in 2018, late 2018, so we're 7 years in now. Still play poker with the guy. We're that good of buddies. It is still healing to this day, and that was the 5-year self-healing version, not the 7-year, not the big dog. As you get later in the lifespan, can you polish it and then top it? Yes. It's not going to hurt the car in that way.
So we've talked about your enthusiast products, your professional products.
Yes.
Your serious professional products.
Yes.
I feel like, are we even more serious with the product behind you?
Technically speaking, yes. So when you move up to the industrial side, and actually
are we talking like tractors, like
yes,
trucks, like construction equipment?
Okay.
Undercarriages, like, is this what this is for?
Yes.
Okay.
To throw out a few more random things, so trash trucks, dumpsters, water parks, playgrounds. I have even seen this on gravestones, headstones.
Actually, that's not a bad idea, because they deteriorate, and people actually go around.
It's a very morbid concept, but yes, believe it or not. So one of my installers,
So this can be used on stone.
Yes. The cool part about industrial, with the way that we designed it, it is almost able to latch on to, let's say, 70-80% of surfaces. I'm not going to go like 90. That's a lot of different things in the world. But 70% of surfaces or so, you can either prep properly so that it can receive industrial, or industrial will latch on naturally. So Obviously, when you get into surface science, metals are different than stone or different than paints and epoxies, and like things get very different very quick. But yes, you've got a lot of different options with industrial.
Okay. So if people want to find out more about these products, where can they go?
Best place to go is honestly going to be our website, www.feynlab, so FEYNLAB.com. And you can get in contact with us from there, whether that be just the contact us page. If you want to be an installer, there's the installer form that you can submit so that we can review your application and bring you guys on. If you just want to try a couple of products, we've got sample sizes of most of the products, and the top three that I would tell anybody, please try. A50 is awesome. Hybrid ceramic detailer is awesome. Plastic black ultra is awesome, and so is the black velvet tire shine. Those are products that, like, I get it, the washes are great, but try those and they will be top of the industry, and I'll put that against almost anybody's products.
Do you guys have social?
Yes, we do.
What are your social media handles?
Same thing, I believe it's Feynlab on Facebook, and I think same thing on Instagram, just Feynlab on Instagram.
All right. For those of you that love to see demonstrations of the products, I'll put the link for that in the video description box down below. But thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure, and I think I have a few products that I need to test out for you.
I can't wait to see them.
Yeah.
Please, when you get it, I'm going to give you my card. Text me. I want to watch those videos. I really want to see them.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Day 2 allowed me to venture a little bit further from the booth. We did have our videos that we had to do as far as the launch of Honest Car products, as well as a podcast I had to do later at the end of the day. But one thing that caught my eye was these electric sprayers from Carton. This is a South Korean-based company. This is their foaming sprayer, and the force that these sprayers exuded the water at, I was not prepared for. They look super cool. Katsuba and Luminous had some at their stand, and it immediately caught my eye. Now, their vendors were a little bit shy of coming on camera, so we're going to link these products down below for those of you that want a closer look at them. They're new to the US market, but definitely something that I think I want to try and have caught my eye. But as I was walking around, Suds Lab's booth definitely caught my eye. These products are widely popular, available at Walmart, and very affordable, but I've never really worked with them a lot. I wasn't really planning on doing an in-depth video with them, but their owner Vic caught my eye, and well, I couldn't help myself.
You do not need to be.
During the pandemic, we were trying to find affordable products that work, that we actually can potentially produce, manufacture, sell. So during the pandemic, we started reaching out to different manufacturers and trying to see what we can do to obviously bring my dream to life. And slowly but surely, we were reaching out to a bunch of different vendors and manufacturers, and they all had specific rules about you can only sell our product. You can only make it like this. You want to change it, $25,000. No, thank you. So we went ahead and we took it upon ourselves. We reached out to somebody, and they gave us the time of day, which was amazing. And we slowly but surely started tweaking formulas and making them how we wanted. But the biggest end goal with everything was affordability. So take it to mass retail where we're at Walmart right now. Everything in Walmart is a 16 ounce or a 23 ounce bottle. We said, why not go into 32 ounces? Because I love the bigger size bottles, the professional sprayers. We wanted it to have that detailed look, but we wanted to make sure that the product was cost effective and work. So through rounds of rigorous testing, we were able to get to that goal. And what we actually did now for this upcoming year, we updated the bottles from having a frosted HDP look to now a PET clear look, so they have a more glossy shine to it, and you can actually see the chemicals in the formulas we've created.
So how do you get good products to be affordable?
It's a great question. Really, the biggest thing with getting great products to be affordable is the rounds of testing and the teams and our analytics. The biggest thing that we look at is when we look at something in the market, why are they priced like that? What can we do to make it better? What can we do to have someone say, I want to buy it, but do I want to spend $25 on a 32-ounce bottle? So we slash that in half. We're $12.97 in stores, under $13. You don't even have to break a $50 bill. That was a very important thing for us. We wanted to make sure that when you're grabbing a product and you could say, okay, this is a big bottle, I can make this last a long time. Or even from a detailer's point of view, If a mobile guy like myself runs out of a chemical and they need to go pick up something from a local store, will this 16-ounce bottle cover me on my entire detail? That's where we took basically from my end, the diluting aspect, and we said, okay, our interior cleaner, you could dilute it up to 10 to 1. So we said this guy can use it on a heavy dirt and grime vehicle that really needs his full interior detail package, but then his next car is a maintenance wash. He could dilute it up to 10 if he needs to, if it doesn't have heavy dirt and grime. They could do same thing with our wheel cleaner. You can use it straight out of the bottle, but if you're someone that washes their car every week, you could dilute it 4 to 1.
So that's zero acid.
Our zero acid wheel cleaner. Same thing with the tire and trim dressing. There's three different.
Looks like Dark Fury.
It's not Dark Fury.
Okay.
I actually just explained this to somebody before. The way it works is it's the chemical formula. You mix 3% of this, 7% of that, 2% of that, it turns brown. When you're mixing it in the
I
big
know
totes.
it's the surfactants.
Exactly.
Typically. I just don't know what those surfactants are, and it scares people because some people. I mean, you got to know how to use products like Dark Fury, Chocolate Thunder.
Exactly.
How would you rate this to those products if it's not them?
So in complete transparency with this product versus others, ours is specifically wheel and tire. We didn't want to lean towards the aspect of bug.
Or road film, or
We don't- we
engines,
didn't-
door, like
we didn't-
all the above.
We wanted to stick completely with wheel and tire, so there's no off-label use, no modifications, because people have asked me and I said, no, we have a bug and tar remover for that purpose, or our complete car cleaner for engine bays. We don't want people testing something that I personally have never tested, because everything that I've tested has gone through my cars, my customers' cars from the mobile detailing business, and they love it. So, for example, our tire and trim dressing, the biggest thing that we did with this is it has 3 different levels of shine. Full strength is shiny, matte finish 4 to 1. If you wanted to use it on interior plastics, you can 4 to 1. We put all the information on the method aspect over here on how you can use it, but we also made it water based so you can actually use it on trim. Our original tire shine, our weatherproof tire bond, which is a high gloss silicone based protectant, specifically made for tires, not trim, because pure silicone versus trim in the sun will dry out your trim completely.
Plus, when it rains, it's just
It streaks and it's game over. It ruins it. We've gone ahead and even made it in a 64-ounce jug because of the diluting aspect of the wheel cleaner. So you buy this, you finish it, you can dilute this how you want. We made our foamers that this actually comes with 3 different nozzles depending on how you want to use specific chemicals. I'm trying to find those white spaces in the industry, but the white spaces for affordability. So you don't have to spend a fortune to wash your car or start a business.
I was new to Suds Lab, and I wanted to break my teeth in on your best sellers. What would you recommend?
So I would recommend starting with our N2 interior cleaner if you're learning how to first clean your car. This is fast acting, all purpose. We've actually revised this formula to now be safe on navigation screens, which a lot of interior cleaners, yes, professionals will wipe down navigation screens, but you got to be extremely careful, because if it's hot or if you spray too much and it gets on the gauge clusters, it's game over. Then, after you've used this to clean everything from leather, plastic, vinyl, you name it, it can do it. Our interior car detailer. Now, it's a multi-surface solution. So, like what we have on it is clean, shines, and protects. So this will clean, but this is more for maintenance. If you want a little conditioned texture, you would use this. It's not gonna make it greasy and slippery that when you're going off an off ramp, you could slide off your seat. I'm very against that. But this also prevents UV fading because it has the UV inhibitors to protect your dashboard from the sun and the elements and whatever else it might be. So here you covered your 2 interior products. From a wheel care perspective, you have right here 4 options. It's customer preference. So basically, this is a rubber mat and tire cleaner. So if you want to really give your tires a deep scrub and prep, you would apply this on your tires, scrub it with one of our heavy duty brushes, and really rip off all that old tire shine and grime that you have. But what this can also be used for is your floor mats, not specifically dedicated to your tires. Next to that is our zero acid wheel cleaner. This is our fan favorite. 1, 2, 3. These are the top 3 in the brand. This is a spray. Let it dwell for 30 to 60 seconds. The reason why we say minimal scrubbing required is because from a detailing perspective, I've noticed that you go from cleaning a standard Toyota wheel, OEM aluminum finish, versus a BMW M4, multi-spokes, brake dust galore. So I don't want to say touch this because you'll have one guy who will be super happy with it. The next guy will say, oh, these little intricate spots by the lug nuts or whatever it is, I didn't get. So a very big thing with me is honesty. I'm very honest with how the products work. Minimal scrubbing is because some wheels yes, some wheels no. That's where we launched the line of detailing brushes and wheel brushes. We wanted to make sure that I'm covering the market everywhere. Bucket organizer to be able to hold our brushes. We also have drains on the bottom over here, so when you put something in, it's not just going to fill up with dirty water. We want it to be able to drain out. We went and made a premium wheel mitt for those people that if they don't want to use our rubberized detailing brushes, you could put this on as a glove. So this is actually meant for my hand because I have a big hand. I was a little selfish. And if you wanted to scrub your gloss black rims and not scratch them, we've also gone and made rubberized tips to these brushes. So if you're hitting and you're, if
I like that. Not many have that.
no, so we originally started with the plastic, but then I noticed, I said,
You're clanking around.
if you're clanking around and you hear the noise, you hear the noise in the background, and you're like, this is not enjoyable. So now when you go like this, you don't have to be worried because it's rubberized, so it also helps when your hands are wet. And we put little grooves. He told me serrated. I said, no, that's a knife. These little grooves. So if you really want to apply pressure, you can. But now what I have is I actually have 2 of these. I use one for wheels, and I actually use one in specific for big truck tires because you want to be able to apply that tire shine smooth. Our 2 detailing brushes, we have our standard bristle brush, which we've able to make it that you can contour in different places, and our microfiber for those plush wheels. But we've also gone and made them super long so you can hit all the way in the back of the barrels. We've made rubberized detailing brushes for when they're wet, so you can really use them in any condition you want. We have our plush brushes, natural boar's hair, our scrub pads, which is our fan favorite. So these are super sized. That's the one thing I wanted to do.
I like them bigger. And I love Scrub Ninja, but they can be a little rigid. These, I think, have a little bit more.
They have more contour to them because
they still scrub. Yeah, I like that.
That was the goal. And then almost all of our products, what we've done is they have QR codes on them. If you see a scrub pad and you don't know what it does, there's a little QR code. You could scan it and it'll teach you what it does. If you have leather brushes and you say, what does this do? If you go through our videos on our websites or online, you can scroll to the end and you'll see a video on how everything works.
I think when you're selling to such a wide base like Walmart, you have to be like intentional with education, with product use. It's almost like CYA.
Yeah.
Like you were saying with the wheel cleaner. You're not recommending it on all these other things because you got
I don't want to.
I don't want to say you got to dummy it down for that market, but if you have it dummied down for the beginner, I've never used any of this before in my life, but it's easy enough that the professional detailer can use it, make it affordable. That to me is
exactly. And every product has key callouts and specifics. So even though this is a fan favorite and everybody loves it, it cannot be used on uncoated, anodized, no aftermarket wheels. Aftermarket wheels can only be cleaned with soap and water and specific chemicals directly from the manufacturer. So, like I said before, I'm very honest. I don't want to tell somebody something, but, oh, it's great, but you can't actually use it on your wheels. So we're slowly finding ways to innovate and educate everybody in the industry and just bring affordability.
So out of your protection, which would you say is your heaviest hitter? Which would you say is your fastest hitter?
It's a great question. So I will actually say our graphene is our heaviest hitter, but it only has an hour cure time. Spray, apply, let it cure properly, and you're good to go. Our easiest application processes will be these 2. These are our ceramic detail spray or ceramic spray sealant. But again, the biggest thing that I did with this, because some people get scared of the word sealant or ceramic or graphene, I wanted it to work like a spray wax. Spray, wipe, done, your car's clean, you're happy. That was the biggest thing for me. So our 2 graphene sprays in specific, they have a 2 talent method, really only if it's needed. But the biggest thing for us is 1 panel per door, 2 panels on the hood, 2 sprays on the hood. We wanted to make it as simple as possible. Our hydrocoat is a spray and rinse. And on the back of all of our products, we give you gauges as to how long we would say it would last. So our detail spray, you're looking at 3 to 4 weeks. It all depends on your elements. Same thing with our spray sealant. We gauge it at 100% 1 month of protection, but we put about a month and a half because that's what we feel if we're catering to the entire U.S. For example, we're in New York. We got salt, we have snow, we have heavy dirt kick up, all debris. I don't want to tell you this will last 6 months and you have it on your car wherever you're from and you get a month out of it. I like being very honest, and then I love when customers reach out on Instagram because I answer everything and someone says, I had this on my car for 2 months and it's still working. That makes me happy. Our heated blower.
Are all of these products available at Walmart?
No, so there's select 15 SKUs that are available at Walmart right now. Our goal is to constantly grow and potentially get the whole line in, but everything is on Amazon, our website, walmart.com, and a couple of other select retailers' websites.
Okay. So if people want to find your products beyond Amazon, Walmart, what's your website? What's your social media handles?
Our Instagram page is suds.lab. That's the easiest way to find it. And then I'm actually doing it now live from the link tree. If I go to our website, it's www.suds-lab.com.
Okay. I'll make sure I link those down below.
Thank you.
But thank you for taking the time
Thank you so much.
to share with me your product.
If you guys want to see a closer look at any of these products on my channel, comment down below which ones you guys are curious about. But thank you so much. This was fun. All right. Have a good one.
SEMA Day 2, honestly, it was surreal. I got to meet 2 people that have greatly influenced me to start a detailing business. Like, literally the things that they taught me when I first started becoming passionate about detailing empowered me and educated me to help change my life. And I've been able to meet so many other people who have said the same thing to me, which is, it's kind of weird. I don't picture myself as that person. I'm talking to myself in my garage, sharing with you guys my experience, trying to educate and entertain you guys and encourage you guys. I want to encourage more moms to consider detailing as a business because it gave me the freedom to be a mom, to be present for my kids, but to also help provide for my family, to give me something that gave me value, that gave me worth. And I want more women, I want more people to be able to have that feeling, that freedom, and to just be able to feel confident in themselves. Damien and Eddie, I can't thank you guys enough for just giving us this opportunity. And I know that this isn't for you. This is honestly for us, for our families, and for you guys to have products that you really love, that are affordable, and that also can help other people have a future with detailing. I think so many of us have the same story. We were struggling, we didn't know what to do. Detailing is a job that you can just get into with $300, $400, $500. And from that investment, you can yield a life change. So thank you guys for your support already. It's been mind-blowing to see so many people cheering us on, but keep cheering us on. We're gonna need it in the next couple of months. Stay tuned, I'm really excited. But SEMA Day 2, we had some great interviews with Feynlab. Honestly, gotta check them out. They looked very intriguing. Suds Lab, I can honestly say I didn't give them a fair shake, and we're gonna do that in the next couple of weeks. Vic is a fantastic guy. Really looking forward to revisiting their products and to be able to share with you guys my experience. We saw some other very cool booths and brands. We're headed there now. We'll see you guys later.